Hello, I am Kathleen Simmons, a member of the Richter Group. We are here to present our research findings over FEMA and earthquake preparedness. We hope that our findings will help you improve your earthquake messages.
Hi, I'm Savannah from the Richter Group. I'm going to be giving you a brief overview of FEMA. So FEMA stands for Federal Emergency Management Agency. FEMA was created on April 1st, 1979 under President Carter's Executive Order 12127. FEMA is funded by the government and is allocated funds through the Department of Homeland Security. FEMA is a primary government-run organization that provides protection and aid to citizens in the U.S. FEMA's mission is to support our citizens and first responders to ensure that, as a nation, we work together to build, sustain, and improve our capability to prepare for, protect against, respond to, recover from, and mitigate all hazards.
Hi, my name is Megan Watson. The Richter Group's goal is to provide FEMA with information that will help them create more effective earthquake preparedness messages. The Richter Group will use triangulation of both qualitative and quantitative research methods to achieve its goal. Researchers chose to implement a triangulation of research to gather stronger, more complete findings. Each research method the Richter Group implemented has individual strengths that can answer specific research questions.
Hi, I'm Matt from the Richter Group, and we conducted an in-depth interview to understand the knowledge, attitudes, and behaviors of emergency responders from across the United States in regards to earthquake preparedness in their states or regions. We asked several research questions, including what current earthquake preparedness measures are in place, how does the state's emergency management communicate with its publics, and how informed is the public about local hazards and earthquake preparedness measures, as well as what is the participants' knowledge, perception, and expectation regarding FEMA.
The Richter Group conducted a focus group to provide information about the attitudes and opinions of the public in regard to earthquake preparedness messages produced by FEMA. Focus groups are another method of qualitative research that can be conducted quickly at a very low cost and have greater flexibility in the design and follow-up. The Richter Group utilized focus groups to get feedback about the product before implementation of the messages, so FEMA can make necessary changes to improve the content and design.
Surveys are useful in gathering information directly from the key publics and in reaching a wide range of demographics. They are relatively low cost and quick, and they give researchers the ability to generalize the data obtained from a large population.
We conducted a content analysis to compare current earthquake messages with FEMA's messages. A content analysis is a systematic, quantitative, and objective method for analyzing messages, and it allowed us to gather statistical data that could be analyzed systematically.
I'm Vaughn Williams with the Richter Group, and I'm here to talk about the key publics. So first of all, FEMA identified the key publics as homeowners and emergency management responders. For the homeowners, the details were more solidified after the survey the Richter Group established. It was discovered that the more predominant gender were females, more Caucasians answered the survey, the ages that were reached were typically 20 to 70 years old, the location was in the Norman area, most of the participants were college educated, and lastly, the majority were Christian. So here are the knowledge results from the survey. It's important to note that the questions the homeowners got correct and the questions they got incorrect. One of the questions that really stood out is that only 50% of individuals knew that the flashlight and shoes should be at the top of the to-go bag. This result is extremely important for the client to know because these numbers should go well into the 90th percentile in the survey, considering if an earthquake occurs and the power goes out, the first thing someone needs to grab is a flashlight to see and shoes so they do not step on glass or fall on objects. This next question was also very important because only 50% answered correctly, stating that the gas water heater was the most dangerous object in the house. This percentage should be well into the 90% also because of all the dangers that could occur from this common household item. So only 37% of individuals knew to use Velcro on the object and on the table. This number should also be considered higher because serious injury could occur if precautions are not taken. Lastly, while 68% is quite a higher number, this percentage is extremely important for the client to know. 100% of people need to know that it could take up to 3 weeks for help after an earthquake. Since about 40% answered incorrectly, that is a good majority that could be left stranded without food and water. The client needs to know to reiterate this fact with the target audience.
After analyzing our survey results, we were able to determine the perceptions and attitudes of our respondents. African Americans had the least positive perceptions of FEMA overall, while American Indians and Native Alaskans had the most positive. Respondents who had received college degrees had positive responses overall, while respondents who only went to high school had mainly negative responses. People with an income of over $50,000 a year were generally more positive in their perceptions of FEMA, while people with a lower income were more negative of FEMA.
Our findings suggest that there is a lack of motivation to implement earthquake preparedness measures. The percentages shown are extremely low and have the opportunity to be improved. Less than 25% of participants are likely to rearrange furniture or buy necessary tools to prepare their homes. Lack of motivation could be directly tied to lack of knowledge on the subject, which can be improved by the distribution of FEMA's messages.
The Richter Group used surveys, interviews, and focus groups to find out what was the highest form of media usage. The results from the media the Richter Group found were that Twitter and Facebook were the most popular amongst the target audience of adult homeowners. You can see from the graph right here. Frequency tests, descriptive tests, t-tests, and chi-squares were used as well.
I'm Peyton Thompson, a member of the Richter Group. The Richter Group coded 38 earthquake messages versus previous earthquake messages. The messages included YouTube videos, professional videos, flyers, fact sheets, brochures, and standalone web pages. 26 variables were coded during the test. The Richter Group then used the chi-square test to determine if the client's messages were significantly significant. Researchers used a chi-square test when there's 2 nominal variables. After finishing the research, the Richter Group found that all the client's messages were significant. As you can see, the blue on the graph is the client messages and the yellow is non-client. From our research, we found that 100% of the client messages include using Velcro to keep items secure during an earthquake. 85% of our messages showed ways to secure your TV to the wall so it doesn't fall. After conducting many forms of research, we have a few recommendations for the client. Messages should be more compatible with social media platforms and easily shareable for online. They should consider expanding the target audience to students and education professionals. They should produce content that should be shown in a school setting. Improvements need to be made on the videos to make them more relatable to the audience. Specific information that is valuable to the key public should be prioritized and highlighted in the messages. Other less important information should be omitted and shortened.
Thank you all so much for listening to our presentation. We hope you find our research very helpful.